but before the university faculty or ROTC cadre can even begin to help to develop our standing cadets, there's a group of people here today that deserve the recognition for raising, carrying, and instilling values and supporting them. Those are the mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, husband and wives here today. Without your love and support, these cadets would not be here. So please join me in a round of applause for this outstanding family members and all their support. Today is also my honor to introduce our guest speaker, Major General Felix Santoni, who is a living example of the quality of a leader that our beautiful island has produced to serve our nation. Major General Santoni was born in Arecibo, Puerto Rico, entered the service at Fort Lee, Virginia in 1955. During his military career, he served in many important positions in active duty, National Guard, and Reserve, including the commander of the U.S. Reserve Forces, Puerto Rico, and Chief of Mobilization and Reserve Affairs, U.S. Southern Command, SOUTHCOM, with headquarters at Quarry Heights, Panama. Since his retirement in 1995, he has continued his commitment and service to our nation as a senior civilian aide to the Army Secretary of Puerto Rico. And he continues to be a leader that makes a difference in our program, in the ROTC, by supporting, advising, and mentoring both programs, MAYAGÜEZ and UPR-Mayagüez. His complete biography is in your programs. And please help me welcome Major General Retired Felix Santoni.
Desafortunadamente, mi discurso está en inglés, así que para que los que puedan interpretarlo lo reciban, y básicamente tiene que ver con mi vida, definitivamente. Así que voy a empezar en español, si Dios quiere. I would like to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude for the cordial invitation that Colonel Reyes has extended me, and for the opportunity to address these young cadets. It is indeed a pleasure to be here and be able to speak to you about my commitment and relationship with an institution, the U.S. Army, in which I served actively for 40 years, and one that I've continued to serve since my retirement from active service in 1995. Let me start by congratulating each one of you for your achievement and for earning your gold bars today. I do hope that my presence here will be able to convey to you what a life of commitment to this institution, the U.S. Army, can do for you by telling you what it has done for this Puerto Rican, who in 1955 began a career as a second lieutenant in the Army of the United States, and after 40 years, he retired as a Major General in the U.S. Army. I was born in Puerto Rico and have spent a great part of my life in the continental United States. I attended a preparatory school in New York, then went to the Wharton School of Finance and Commerce at the University of Pennsylvania, and I actually became involved with the Army through the ROTC program at Penn, and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in 1955. After 2 years of active duty in the US and Germany, I returned to Puerto Rico to work in my father's general insurance agency, and I continued to serve the Army as a citizen soldier. I served in the National Guard and the Army Reserve for the rest of my service, which totaled 39 years and 9 months. In 1995, after serving as a Deputy Commander-in-Chief for Mobilization and Reserve Affairs in the U.S. Southern Command at Quarry Heights, Panama, I retired from active service. However, I continued to serve the Army as a civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army for Puerto Rico, a position which I've occupied since August 2002. When I was promoted to the rank of Major General, I was the first reservist from Puerto Rico promoted to that rank. That my life has been a very fulfilling one. While I served the military, I was also developing a career in the insurance industry, from which I retired in 1993. Allow me to tell you that I did not have the slightest doubt that my success in the insurance business, where I rose to the president of a general agency and executive vice president and chief operating subsidiary of an international insurance brokerage firm, was greatly due to my involvement with the military. As a citizen soldier for over 30 years, I have to recognize that the Army influenced greatly and positively my professional life. Now that you've will become officers in this great institution, I would like to leave with you some thoughts that I've got in my life. The first thought I would leave with you is the need for a vision in whatever you do. On the 15th June of this year, I will have completed my 64th anniversary as an ROTC graduate. On that date, 64 years ago, I graduated and was commissioned as a second lieutenant at the campus of the University of Pennsylvania. After a few years back, I had the opportunity to return there in an official capacity and participate in their ROTC awards ceremony and a passing review, which was also honored by being the reviewing officer. I can tell you that that moment and that day will live long in my memories. As I stood before a group of men and women to be commissioned, I thought to myself, you know, it took me years to go. I stood where they stand. How did I get from there to where I am today? How did I make it from a second lieutenant where I am today? Many years ago, I attended a Forces Command conference, and the Army's then Chief of Staff, General John Wickham, in talking to the group, spoke about the need for the Army to put into practice those thoughts and ideas that Tom Peters so well expressed in his book, In Search of Excellence. He talked about the risk-taking, innovation, and desire to excel. The writer followed that with a sequel, A Passion for Excellence. In it, Mr. Peters and Nancy Austin tell us why one organization is more successful than the other. They talked about a dedication and commitment to excellence. You know, that is what has been all about in my life. It was a vision, a passionate care, and a dedication to achieve excellence in everything that I did. That is what I think got me from there to here. The second thought I would like to leave with you is a thought that what you're doing today is very important to you. It's very important to the young man or woman who will become an officer in the United States Army. Because we have young men and women like you that are willing to serve our nation and help us be more secure so that we can be the leaders of the world. My third thought for you has to do with the recognition of what you are and what you do. A great soldier once said, "People are not in the army, they are the army." We who have the privilege to work in the army and to serve in the army, as you will do, have a lot to be proud of today. I hope that these words will guide you as you lead our soldiers during our difficult days ahead. What is certain is that with young men and women like you who are willing to serve the nation and who are willing to serve our army, the United States will continue to remain strong and be able to continue a leadership position that is necessary to assure a free world. Several years ago, during a prayer breakfast at Fort Buchanan that I had the privilege to attend, I mentioned a farewell ceremony. In Panama that was hosted for a retiring commander of the U.S. Southern Command, who led us through just cause and then was the active architect of Promote Liberty, the rebuilding of Panama. General Thurman fought bravely to beat acute leukemia, and we're very, very happy to see him back in Panama. He was a lesson of education, of dedication, a brave human being, and a soldier fighting his last battle. And he said to the people of the Republic of Panama, and I quote, "Guard your democracy with vigilance and vigor. Freedom is not free. All of us must stand up to those who would impose their dictatorial will on others. This is what you will be called to do as you lead our soldiers as officers in the United States Army." Ladies and gentlemen, I do hope that my presence here today has served as a testimony that the Army gave me great opportunities and allowed me to give back to my island, Puerto Rico, and to my nation, the United States of America, much of what I received for having been born in Puerto Rico, a part of these United States. I do hope that this will serve to inspire you all you can to be the most outstanding officers and leaders in the world. The first week in June 4 years ago, I had the pleasure to travel to Fort Lee, Virginia, where I was inducted into the Quartermaster Hall of Fame. This is where I started my military career in 1953 as an ROTC cadet, and where I did my basic officer's leadership course in 1955. I never dreamt that I would ever return to Fort Lee in this manner, and I was asked to address the crowd present to thank the Quartermaster General on behalf of the members to be inducted together with me. A dream come true, and to be able to have my daughter stand by my side. And I was presented the medallion and the certificate as this was happening. I thought to myself, a life of service to my country and being so recognized publicly. That is what has been for me that morning as the soldiers from the 262nd Quartermaster Battalion passed in review, and 15 of us were processed, and this Puerto Rican officer was one of them. I would like to close by telling you a story about an experience that I had, that I lived in 1989, shortly before receiving the Citizen of the Year Award from the Puerto Rico Chamber of Commerce at their 75th anniversary convention. In June 1989, at Camp Douglas in Salt Lake City, Utah, I met a sergeant. His name is Felipe Colon, who lived in Los Angeles, California. He left Puerto Rico when he was 2 years old. When we met, he was surprised to see a Puerto Rican who was a major general. As we were departing at the end of the day, he said to me, "General, I do not fit in my uniform. You have no idea how proud I am to see one of ours wearing the rank you wear. Giving pride to one of ours and serving as an example to others has given me a great satisfaction, a true pleasure. And I want to assure you that the Army has given me this opportunity. By inviting me here today, you have added to that satisfaction. Thus, I am very grateful for this opportunity and thank you for it. Someone once wrote, and I repeat, we shall not let what we cannot do keep us from doing what we can do. We cannot raise the dead. We cannot stifle the thunder's roar, but we can lead a life that affects other lives. Like a pebble dropped into the sea, spread its circles to 1,000 shores. This is what I hope I have done with my life, and I hope that you will do with yours. I thank you for allowing me to come here today to serve as an example of what the Army has done for this Puerto Rican, but more than that, for allowing me to continue doing my best for the Army and for our soldiers. Gracias y que Dios los bendiga.
Thank you, General Santoni, for those encouraging words. The Major General Raul E. Escribano Scholarship is awarded to a Senior Reserve Officer Training Corps MS-4 cadet at the University of Puerto Rico, Mayagüez, who is committed to becoming an active duty service officer, is a full-time student, and maintains a 3.0 GPA or higher. The awardee must exemplify the Army values, attributes, and competencies. This is the first year the scholarship will be awarded. Before we continue to proceed with the ceremony, we would like to recognize a cadet for outstanding leadership in military and scholastic studies during the span of his participation in the program. Antes de proceder con la ceremonia, nos gustaría reconocer a uno de nuestros cadetes por su sobresaliente liderazgo en estudios militares y académicos durante el periodo de su participación en el programa. The recipient this year's Major General Retired Raul E. Escribano Scholarship Award is Cadet Michael Evers. At this time, we will proceed with the oath of office administered by Major General Santoni. Commissionees, on your feet. Center face.
I, raise your right hand. I
I, Kevin Quiñones.
I, María Padilla. I, Cristal Nazario.
I, Carlos Escudero.
I, Michael Evers.
I, Juan Chévere.
I, Noel Mendez.
I, Michael Hernandez.
I, Miriam Vadillo. I, Rivera González.
I, Eliomar Cruz.
I, Brian Bell.
I, Rafael Vicentín.
I, Ricardo Galo.
I, Jorge Riera.
having been appointed as an officer in the United States Army as a second, in the grade of second lieutenant. I do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And I will bear true faith. And allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. That I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office. Of which I'm about to enter. Help me God.
Commissionees, take seats. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment these lieutenants have been waiting for. This is the time when friends and family will be pinning their second lieutenant ranks. During the pinning of the rank ceremony, will also be conducted, the silver dollar salute will take place. The silver dollar salute is a tradition in the Army that newly commissioned second lieutenants present a silver dollar to the first enlisted soldier who salutes them. The coin symbolically acknowledges the receipt of respect due to the new rank and position. Please feel free to stand and take pictures of your loved ones as the second lieutenant shoulder boards are placed on their uniform. Michael Evers. Catholic University, Line Company, degree, criminology, branch, armor, component, active duty. His rank will be pinned by Jose Evers and Wendalcy Torres.
Sergeant First Class Patch. Post! Moving, sir.
Gabriel Escudero, Cobra Company, University of Puerto Rico, Mayagüez. Degree, surveying and topography. Branch, chemical, component, active. His rank will be pinned on Vivian Sulpina.
Specialist Cabrera. Post.
Move, sir.
Crystal Nasario, Tiger Company.
Oh.
Inter-American University, San German, degree Biology, branch Quartermaster, component Active Duty. The rank will be pinned on Jonathan Nazario, Rafael Pinclon, Norbert Ojeda.
Sergeant Nazario, post.
Moving, ma'am.
Maria Padilla, Tiger Company. Inter-American University, San German, degree Finance, branch Ordnance, component Active.
Oh.
Her rank will be pinned by Ilda Luz and Melvin R. Padilla.
Specialist Ojeda, post.
Move it, ma'am.
Kevin Quijones, Wolfpack Company. University, Inter-American of Arecibo, degree Criminal Justice, branch Military Police, component Active Duty. His rank will be pinned by Damaris Figueroa and Stephanie Perez.
Sergeant First Class Posh. Post. Moving, sir.
Gabriela Gonzalez, University Catholic of Puerto Rico, degree Forensic Psychology, branch Adjutant General, component National Guard. Her rank will be penned by Victor Gonzalez and Yasmin Gonzalez.
Specialist Cabrera, post.
Muy, ma'am.
Delian Badillo, Tiger Shark Company, Inter-American University of Puerto Rico, Aguadilla, degree Criminal Justice, branch Military Police, component Reserves. Her rank will be penned by Pablo Badillo and Ana Herena.
Master Sergeant de la Cruz, post.
Moving, ma'am.
Michael Hernandez, Cobra Company, University of Puerto Rico, MAYAGÜEZ, degree Electrical Engineering, branch Signal, component Reserves. His bars will be penned by Angel Hernandez and Denise Vinafan.
Cobras.
On your first class pass, post.
Moving, sir.
No Mendez.
Who?
Tiger Company. Inter-American University, San German, degree nursing, branch quartermaster, component reserves. His rank will be penned by Noel Mendez and Angelo Mendez.
Specialist Ojeda. Post.
Moving, sir.
Juan Chévere Rivera, University of Puerto Rico, Arecibo, Wolfpack Company, degree industrial microbiology, branch field artillery, component active duty. His ranks will be penned by Zari Contes and Rosita Rivera.
What?
Sergeant First Class Posh. Post.
Moving, sir.
Jorge Riera, Inter-American University Ponce, Line Company, degree business administration, branch quartermaster, component reserves. His rank will be penned by Lieutenant Colonel retired Jorge Riera and Mrs. Rosado.
Master Sergeant de la Cruz. Post.
Moving, sir.
Edgardo Gago, Tiger Company. Inter-American University, Aguadilla. Degree, Computer Science, Branch, Infantry.
Lead the way!
Component, Active Duty. His rank will be penned by Arbaniz Rodriguez and Inel Benitez.
Master Sergeant de la Cruz, post.
Clean the battle, sir.
Rafael Vicente, Tiger Company. Inter-American University in San Germán. Degree, Computer Science, Branch, Signal Corps. Component, Active Duty. His ranks will be pinned by Casiano, Vargas, and Rafael Vicente.
Specialist Usino, post.
Moving, sir.
Brian Velez, Tiger Company. Inter-American University, San Germán.
Oh!
Degree, Biology, Branch, Engineer. Component, Active Duty. His rank will be penned by Luz Santiago and Augustine Velez.
Sergeant Camacho, post.
Moving, sir.
It is an honor and a privilege. Congratulations, sir.
Cruz, Wolfpack Company, University of Puerto Rico, Arecibo, Major Accounting, Branch Finance, Component Reserves. His rank will be penned by Kishel Sanano.
Sergeant Mancet, post.
Moving, sir.
Congratulations, Lieutenants. After years of training, you are finally part of a long legacy of America's finest leaders. Please join me in a round of applause. At this time, Second Lieutenant Padilla will present Major General Santoni with a token of our appreciation for having joined us on this special occasion.
Sir, on behalf of all cadets, commissionees, and cadres from ROTC, UPR-Mayagüez Bulldogs Battalion, we offer you this of appreciation for your support and help to this program. Thank you. Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Commissionees, on your feet. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing for the playing of the Army Song and the departure of the official party. Our commissioning ceremony. Thank you for joining us to celebrate this significant achievement. Feel free to take pictures with your loved ones.